once again to a warm, sunny Odsal Stadium for Game 16 of Super League 3. Today's visitors are the Hull Sharks, who still have an outside chance of pinching a spot in the top 5. It's a must-win situation for them today, as it was for the Sheffield Eagles last week. Just 4 points behind the Bulls. They must beat the Bulls tonight to have any realistic chance of clinching a spot. I have with me tonight Steve Alderson and Brian Allwell, who will be calling the game for the Sharks. Hi, Steve.
Well, Mick, good to be here. Let's sample the Odsal atmosphere. As you say, I think this is a game that indicates the benefits of the top 5 system, really, because Bradford in the 5, but lacking a little bit in form, desperate to stay in there. Hull, after 2 wins, with a chance of getting into it, perhaps.
Yeah, this last season would be not much of a game, not nearly real meaning, but today's highly significant to both teams. Just run through the teams quickly for you before we have a word from Ryan. The Bulls have a fullback Spruce, on the wings by Corner and Scales, centres McAvoy and Callan, half-backs Bradley and Paul, front row Rihanna, Lowe's and Harmon, the back 3 Forshaw, Knox and McNamara. Replacements today for the Bulls, Fielden, Deacon, Medley and Crowthers. And the Sharks have at fullback Prescott, on the wings Seru and Johnson, half-back centres Campbell and Hunt, the half-backs Lester and Murdoch. Front row Timu, Stevenson, Okasin, and that's a big mistake from the Bulls there. Spruce spilling the ball deep in his own territory. Back 3 for Hull, Craven, Schultz and Eppie, and coming off the bench for all are Wilson, Ireland, Hallis and Busby. And today's official is Mr. Steve Ganson. So Brian, ideal setting for double league, and Hunt gets the ball away to Seru. Seru has a gun to the line, steps inside Spruce. What a start from Hull. A turnover by Spruce, and he couldn't match Seru then. 2 or 3 tackles later, as Hunt put him away. What a start for Hull.
What a start, Mick, what a start. Bradford lost the ball in the 3rd tackle. Hull moved it to the right, created a little bit of room, nothing really on, but a nice sharp quick pass from Alan Hunt. Seru had a yard and was already always going to make Spruce stood on his line there. Perfect start for Hull.
Big fella, good step. And the Bulls, desperate to put a good performance on at home. Not really put a good shot on at home yet this season. So Prescott looking to add the sweeteners. Just a minute into the game. And they'll come up with a flying start. Prescott strikes the ball, and that looks good to me. It's 2 points. So 6-0 Hull lead.
Well, what a start for Hull. Perfect start. Prescott and restart play again. Kicks it deep.
And it's Forshaw running it up for Bradford over his own 10-metre line. And a penalty against Happy for pushing at the flood as Forshaw regained his feet. First penalty of the match. Also significant, I think, that whole try was the quality of the hits on the Bradford forwards in the first 3 tackles. And Bradford not making much room with that, much ground with that penalty.
No, there don't seem to be much of a wind either. Perfect conditions. It's been a warm day. Only the second warm match day of the season, really, for the Bulls at home. But we're in the evening, so it's not unplayable. So Robbie Paul looking to develop ball, finds Bradley on to McAvoy. Nice little short side move there from the Bulls. Spreads on McNamara, Forshaw comes in on the angle. Is it Forshaw? No, so that was Knox. There's Robbie Paul trying to float one out, goes to nobody, and we've seen a few resolves this season, and not too much of a disappointment. There was the last tackle, and it's good to put variety on your last tackle, bring the changes, unsettle the defence. So Murdoch puts the ball into touch. Stevenson, the tap restart. Craven goes forward. This time it's Epi. Epi looking to develop the balls. Comes to the line, drifts across. Good tackle underneath. O'Cassine tests that wide defence. Calland equal to the task. Spread on now. Leicester's gone through. Man spare. Oh, great work. And Timo puts the ball down. And the Bulls again ripped apart there. Gary and Leicester just went walking through that defence.
Absolutely didn't seem a gap there, Mick, when he got the ball, but he half-dummied to pass out to his right. The gap opened, he was straight through it, up to the full-back, straight forward, 2-on-1, and Timo's over under the posts. Well, that Bradford defence really opened up then. There was absolutely nothing on. So we've been playing, what, 5 minutes, 6 minutes? It's Hull 10, Bradford 0. The conversions have come from Steve Prescott.
Well, what would be worrying there, Steve, is not just that Leicester found his way through that front line defence. Nobody was scrambling. Timo went under the post there as though he TB, bad breath, halitosis. Nobody wanted to know.
Yes, once a break had been made, it was just a classic 2-on-1. All Leicester had to do was to draw Spruce in, and Jason Timu romped over with great delight. Doesn't score many tries, Jason Timu would be delighted with that. Well, a very sizable Hull travelling support at the Ruley Lane end of the ground, who are certainly enjoying this at the moment. So Steve Prescott converts, has no problem with that. And at Odsal here, the reigning champions, Bradford Bulls 0, Hull Sharks 12. And only 7 minutes of the match gone. Sensational start for the Sharks.
And already Fielden warming up. That would be a quick interchange as Spruce brings the ball away. And again, top defence from the Sharks. Hit the man and drove him back a good 5 metres. That's power defence. Rihanna comes forward. He picks up 5. And again, the whole ragging the players as Armand took the ball forward then. Laws spreads the ball to McNamara. McNamara slips that defence. Just couldn't get a ball away. Touch of obstruction there. His popular stand side calling for obstruction. Mr. Ganson didn't see it. Last tackle. Prescott feeds Johnson. Johnson comes in field. Good chase from Laws. Cut the midfield off. Murdoch onto Seru. Seru just giving his forwards a breather. Good defence then from the Bulls. 3 tackles gone. Craven didn't really hit the ball then. Made no yards. That's a forward pass to Timo. No. Play on, say the 3 officials. Murdoch now puts the ball over the defence, puts it to the corner. Spruce will gather. And by corner Doral will take the second phase play. And then good chasing from the Sharks. Good strong defence. And here goes by corner. And Epi then give the position away. Schoolboy stuff for me. I would stop anybody's wages that does that.
Yeah, really taking the pressure off Bradford. Should be easy yards for this Bradford. Spruce appears to be hurt. Taking the end of a couple of hard tackles. So it's McNamara to fan touch. Should make halfway with this. Oh, he doesn't. Poor kick, really. Made about 2 metres. Yeah. Yeah, Mick said they are kicking into the win, Bradford, but... Harmon, good run by Harmon. Paul, inside ball. To Forshaw. McNamara. Spruce. Good tackling by Hull. Calland. Gets rid. Bradley. 2 tackles left in this set for Bradford. Looking dangerous. They'll move it left. We've got room. Forshaw. Spruce should be try. Scales. 2 yards short. Can't get over. Last tackle. Lowe's. Deep ball. McNamara will kick. The corner's over! Oh, well taken by the corner then. He'll enjoy that one, Will Tavita by corner.
Yeah, well, the Bulls get the ball alive on that left-hand side, so you've got to say they deserve some play, some attractive football then. I don't think McNamara intended that ball going exactly where it did. It was an Hail Mary kick that ball could have gone to a Hull player just as much as it was by corner, went up and showed great strength under pressure and got away from the tacklers. Looks as though he's had a... Yeah, still got a facial injury, McAvoy. Going to the dressing room for some stitches. That's a shame on his second game for the Bulls. Now McNamara posts the first goal. So 12 minutes gone, 18 points scored. Well, that's give up football. Bulls trying to catch the Sharks out, then putting the short kick in, hoping the big guys will jump and catch. But went a long way out. Okasin hits the ball up, tackled on the Bulls 35, and he's lost the ball, and it's a penalty. Linesman calling the ball had been ripped. And Prescott, with stiffish breeze behind him, the corner flags are flaccid, but the flags on top of the stands are blowing strongly, so obviously if you lift the ball it must be catching the wind, as McNamara found with that kick. So Prescott looking to push the Sharks score out to 14. Well, it's been a startling start, Steve.
Certainly has. Bradford showing plenty of danger once they had good clear possession in the whole half, but then conceding possession straight from the kick-off, and then another penalty giving Steve Prescott this opportunity. 40 metres away. It's just inside the 40-metre line. I think it's pulled out to the left of the post. No goal, but Hull should regain possession with a 20-metre dropout. Had the distance, but not the accuracy. So it's Stuart Spruce, restart the game. The wind holding that up a bit. Schultz hits the halfway line on the restart, the first tackle. And a penalty against Schultz for not playing the ball properly. Well, that's an elementary mistake by Hull now, giving Bradford the penalty on halfway. Lowe's finds touch, some more pressure for Hull. Bradford starting just outside the 30-metre line. Here comes Harman, recently signed from the Huddersfield Giants. McNamara drops off Knox, who's got a start in the Bradford side today. Midfield, 20 metres out, to the left. McNamara to Bradley, almost breaks the tackle. Good tackle underneath there by Murdoch. Brehana, 5 metres away. Very promising Bradford attack. Lowe's goes from acting half-back. Very dangerous player, wriggles away, almost over, just pushed back. He's got a lot of tries like that, James Lowe's. Last tackle, kick through, Serrow has to take it. Not much chance of getting back in the field of play. Good kick that by Bradford, renewed pressure.
Yeah. McNamara towing that one through, so close to the line, really didn't have any options. The pass wasn't on and McNamara kept his head then. And Serrow did it pretty well too, to tidy the situation up. Several Bulls players sweating on him then. Murdoch gives that one oof and it flies 60-70 metres on the ball. You allow for the angle. By corner, comes in field. They're looking to have a big game today. By corner against his old teammates. As the Bulls start making yards, the Bulls picking up yards easy on the sets. Here's Forshaw. McNamara spreads it to Spruce, that late pass. Callan comes in off Spruce. Spruce looking to, Callan looking to offload. And again, the Bulls asking lots of questions of this Sharks defence. Harman comes, takes the flat ball, lifts one up, and that's a giveaway ball. No chance then for any supporting players. Bradley that was coming on support, but not a bad option in that situation to throw a pass. If Bradley had caught it, certainly would have been a serious threat on the Sharks line. Stevenson coming away, good work. The marquee defence there from Knox and Harman. Serrow picks up good yards, shows his forwards the way to go. Epi feeds Schultz underneath. He's finished off by Callan. Murdoch. That's not a good ball. And Timu couldn't handle that. Well, the Sharks then coming up with a unforced error. No Bulls player anywhere near the Sharks then. And the Bulls bringing the changes. By corner, switching wings. Bradley comes to this side. Paul spreads the ball. To Crowthers. By corner, picks up and goes. Dangerous man by corner. Nobody knows that better than the Sharks. Close, turns. Forshaw inside. Robbie Paul, twist, turns. Struggling now in defence, the Sharks. And that's a penalty for not releasing quickly enough. And it's the Bulls' turns to opt for a kick at goal. So McNamara to pull the Bulls within 4 points of the Sharks. 18 minutes gone. Strikes it, 2 points.
So after that purple patch for Hull, Bradford have pulled back into contention. Not 20 minutes gone yet, but 20 points scored. It's kicking into the breeze. Keeps it pretty low. Peppers. Timo. Not particularly good pass, that. Stevenson. Ocassini. Wrapped up by Paul. Schultz. Last tackle. Ball back to Craig Murdoch, who splits full-back and winger. Good kick by Murdoch. Don't think it'll go dead. It does, just a little bit too strong. I was wrong. The wind was even stronger than I thought.
John Scales was tempted there. I think John Scales agreed with you for a while. He was just tempted to have a go at that. Then at the last minute decided to leave it. And that's Scales. Good run from Scales. Brought the ball a good 12 metres out. And Laws picks up another 6 or 7. And that's poor work from Schultz. That's a giveaway penalty. Mr. Ganson having a word with someone. I don't know who. So, Mr. Ganson obviously passing the message to Gary Lester that any more hanging on or laying on, and it'll be a sin bin. So the Sharks guilty of giveaway football, giving the position up there. It's about the 3rd time they've done it. Here goes Harmon. After such a tremendous start in that first set as well, they showed some outstanding defence. One wonders why they have to give penalties away after such good defence. And Effie's away now. Not Effie, it's Stevenson. No question, he just kept hold of this thing, but you have to feel some sympathy for Stevenson, because that was hardly a binnable offence. And there we go. Forshaw there, testing the outside of the ruck. Nice play. This is Crowthers playing in that left centre since McAvoy's off in the blood bin. Whether we're back or not, we don't know. Scales picks up, gets rid of one, gets rid of another. Scrambling now, the Sharks defence. Well, everybody offset then for the Sharks. There's McNamara nowhere to go. This time Mr. Ganson brings them back. Goes to Bradley. Bradley toes one through. Prescott in superb position and collects that ball and takes a good challenge from Callan. It's good work from the Bulls though. Good kick and a chase, and got the tough yards to do now, the Sharks. Schultz comes forward. That's 4 tackles gone. Ocassine. Well held, well tackled. The Bulls showing good discipline. This is Timo. Craven offloads to Epi. Drag back, and they're only out to the 30 now, the Sharks. They have to kick. Ball goes, and it's gone out to Siru, and that's a forward pass. And you have to say that's poor play. That's poor play. Murdoch should have made the decision then. They gave the ball away and put a fella in a bad spot. Craven found himself in a bad position. So here come the Bulls. Laws with that late ball. Feeds Knox. Good tackle underneath from Schultz. Spreads on now. McNamara brings that in. Offloads to Crowthers. Crowthers springs. Comes infield. Forshaw gets it away. Laws throws one. First bounce to Paul. Paul looking almost an interception. Last tackle. Callan toes it through with a chase, and again Prescott in the perfect position. Mr. Cole takes the ball and takes the tackle. Well, Prescott's done some good work for the Sharks last 5 minutes.
Certainly has. Immaculate in defence there. makes it look so easy, but his positional sense was superb. There were probing kicks. Alan Hunt takes a flattish ball from Murdoch, immediately met by two defenders. Here's Craven. It's a few yards forward. Bradford has certainly stepped up their tackling. Richard Wilson on the field. It's a little half break. It's the 40. Wilson and Ireland on for Hull. I think it'll be Okasini and Timu who are off. A long kick downfield again. That's just again going to be too deep from Murdoch. So Bradford to restart on their own 20-metre line. Hull at the moment, of course, with 12 men. Stevenson in the sin bin.
Substitution for the Hull Sharks, number 20, Jason Timu, replaced by number 14, Richard Wilson.
Scales, who's looked pretty dangerous for Bradford today. Almost crept over in the corner a few minutes ago. Crowthers. Tackled by Heppy. Hall. A long way across field, but not too many yards forward. In fact, he's pushed back to his own 40-metre line. Vicona acting halfback. Comes to young Fielden, is it, who's on the field, who makes an uncharacteristic mistake. A young player, Mick, I've been very impressed with seeing him on the games. Look, against London in the game at Edinburgh, look, Bradford's outstanding forward, and certainly in terms of making breaks.
Richard Stephen has been outstanding all season, and McAvoy back on track. Had some medical treatment. Yeah, Fielding's been certainly the best line breaker that the Bulls have had in the forwards this season. We have to say it was a poor pass from Vicona. He delivered it a little bit late, and we have a re-scrum. Mr. Ganson not happy with that. I don't know why. He should be happy with that and not that. Well, that's unusual these days. Scrum half tackling a scrum half. It used to be par for the course in the old days. It very rarely happens now. So Ireland, ex-Bull. Well tackled underneath by Harmon. Spread on now, Murdoch. Looks inside, nothing on. "27 minutes into the game. The Sharks lead 12 points to 8. And the Murdoch puts that ball high and it's floating. It goes to anybody, goes to McAvoy. Well, that turned out to be a good kick. Under real pressure, McAvoy did well. First touch of the ball since he come back on field. And again, Jonathan Scales picking good yards up and pushing that line back. Vicona, the wingman, comes in and offloads to Laws to Fielden. Fielden again hits the line and pushes it back. Good work from the Bulls. Scrambling now, the Sharks. Here comes Robbie Paul. Too many men running then. Just Vicona just overrun Paul. You've got to allow Paul to develop. Got to allow him time to develop the ball. Let him just go to the line and stop, then come for it. Short side. Scales. Cyril gets hold of him. Scales tries to offload. And we're talking about pinching the ball. Too many in the tackle. And I think Scales all mountain then. They showed him the ball, did Scales, and hung the ball out, and I don't think Cyril could resist.
That's right, it looked too easy to take it off him. Okay. So it's McNamara. Harmon. Ball inside to Forshaw again. Using this inside ball, using Forshaw a lot of Bradford. McNamara, deep ball to Spruce. Oh, good tackle by Murdoch. Spruce again, drops off the corner. Hull under pressure again. Heppy picks it up. Murdoch is away. I don't think he's got the full length of the field. Not quick enough. But a let for Hull. Andy Island, easy yards. Schultz goes. Logan Campbell. Leicester. Oh, lovely ball by Leicester, lovely ball. Serrow, Hunt just couldn't get away. Must be a penalty to Hull. I think Bradley might be off. Is it Bradley? Not Bradley. It's Jonathan Scales wing, it's not Bradley. So Steve Prescott going for the 2 points and also to wind down the clock. Be a bonus if it's 2 points for Hull, Steve, but even more, they're going to take a minute with a kick, which time, Steve, we should be back to 13 men.
Yeah, good bit of recovery. Hull have had a lot of pressure to cope with in the last quarter of an hour from Bradford. Some good probing, varied attack. Stood up to it pretty well. Might take its toll later on, but come back to get this penalty chance. So Steve Prescott, 2 successes and 1 failure so far. He's converted the try from a similar position. The roar from the Hull crowd behind tells that's 2 more points. So it's the Bulls 8 and the Sharks 14. 6-point gap recovered. And it is Mike Forshaw's in the bin. And David Stevenson back on the field for Hull. So it's 13 against 12, but now reversed. Hull with the numerical advantage for the next 9 minutes or so. So Hull to restart. Spruce finds. Oh, great run by Scales. Was having a great game for Bradford. He's been Bradford's best player so far, John Scales. Paul, Bradford on the attack. McNamara, young Fielden on Hull's 30-metre line. Short side, Medley, the veteran but still a valued member of this squad. Harmon doesn't really come onto that, took that walking pace. It's Paul. Bradley missed by a couple of tackles, but Logan Campbell gets in there. Last tackle, Lowe's kicks through, and Heppy has to touch it down. Good kick by Bradford, keeping the pressure on, Mick.
Yeah, the kicking game certainly improved in this game. It's the 3rd time they've retained possession and put some serious threats on the Sharks line. And again, the ball goes a good 50, 60 metres on the full, using that stiff breeze hold. So Medley, by corner will run from here. By corner, always seems to make yards. Callan will come. This is Callan, comes and pushes the ball forward. The Bulls set up to the left. Got space and they got the numbers. Bradley comes on the angle. Robbie Paul looking to get outside his man, links in with Scales. Offloads to McAvoy. Fiddles his way through. Keeping the ball alive, the Bulls, and making Hull scramble, and that's tiring work for the Hull defence. It's Scales. Close. Just trying to shimmy over the line. That was offside from Murdoch, no question. There was a man offside. That for me should be 10 minutes in the bin. And that's offside too. Oh, well, that can't be. There's nobody onside when Spruce played that, took that tap. Penalty Fielding, tackle a braid of grass shot, really under the cosh now, the Sharks. And taking a knock there, Fielding. Well, there's a case, I thought, where Murdoch should have had 10 minutes in the bin. We've had 2 men in the bin for innocuous offences that play the ball. Murdoch took the odds there and came offside to stop the movement and stop the game, and really didn't suffer the consequences. So that's an easy penalty for Hull to give away. Scales does well, not a good pass from Bradley, turns it inside, and Serrow tidies up. Or is it Alan Hunt? Picks the ball up. So pressure relief for Hull as we go into 5 minutes to half time. So Hull will be running on an empty tank now. They've had some scrambling to do. It really takes it out of you as a team as Wilson brings the ball forward. 3 tackles gone for Hull. Campbell, good running from Campbell. Almost up to the halfway line now, Hull. And that's a penalty. McNamara, it's got to get out of the way. No good arguing, talking. Just get up and get out of the way. That's all you have to do. Roll away from the situation. So Murdoch to Schultz. Set up on the right, the Sharks, and again there's a man in the way. Well, I don't know. Well, I don't see the difference between that. Well, I don't see the difference between that penalty one is just given.
No, I didn't. It was an identical situation. There's a penalty against Schultz for not playing the ball. Now the referee calling him over. Bradford player hadn't cleared the ruck, and if Schultz didn't make contact with the ball with his foot, then that was because there was a Bradford man impeding him to make a correct play of the ball. So Medley on the drop-off on the 30-metre line. And as Mick was commenting, Hull must be pretty tired. They've had to do a lot of defending, needing a half-time break as Bradley probes on the left-hand side. He's driven back very well indeed by, I think it's Gary Lester in there. McNamara. Tackled 23 metres short. Medley. Last tackle, Lowe's. Cruising through. Johnson has to make it dead, fumbled, but manages to do so. I think that's about the 5th, 6th time that Hull have had to restart with a goal line dropout. Bradford's kicking on the 4th, 5th tackle is excellent there.
And also it's noticeable going down this Hull's left, where Johnson's hands are nowhere good as Serrow's. I don't think they've tried a kick at Serrow, who must be one of the safest fielders of a ball in the league this year. Real sandpaper hands he's got. Hull in no hurry to restart, as you'd expect. 6 points up. Spruce, right on halfway. Tackle, but good tackle by Richard Wilson. Medley. Tackle by Schultz. We've done some good tackling for Hull down this left-hand sole's left. Harmon. Long ball, McNamara, good ball, Bradley. Drops off Scales. Going right, McNamara, short ball. Last tackle. Going left. Serrow. That's what I was wrong. I spoke too soon. Singing Serrow's praises, and he knocks the ball on. Not a easy one to take, but you don't expect to take that one 9 out of 10. That must have been the 10th, Mick.
Well, it was a very good kick from Bradley, perfectly weighted, and I think Serrow did well enough anyway to stop the try under severe pressure. He had to dive against the grain. So we're almost on the hooter, going into extra time. Forshaw ready to come back on the field. And he won't have,
Richard Tonks, please make your way down to the tunnel area. Richard Tonks.
and Robbie Paul complaining that Hull certainly not. Hull weren't packed down. And it's 10 minutes in the bin. Well, Mr. Ganson showing his authority today. That's the 4th player in the bin. Is it 3rd player, I should say. Robbie Paul. That's only. Absolutely. The rule is you simply have to bind well. You have to bind between the second rowers. Eppie just can't decide to stand where he wants to stand. He's out of the scrum and you can't come out of the scrum. That's straightforward law. It's quite right. Was Robbie Paul pointed that out to Mr. Ganson, but he went on too long with it. The loose forward has to bind now. And there goes the hooter, with the Sharks leading 14 points to 8 and withstood some serious pressure in this last 15 minutes. So anybody's games, this game, the 2 points still up for grabs. You can't write Bradford off, and certainly the Sharks, with a 6-point lead, will be quite happy to come out and come on with the last second 40 minutes. So join us for the second half, which should be another 40 minutes exhilarating Super League football.
Well, we knew it was going to be tight.
The second half about to start. Intriguing second half in prospect. Hull leading 14-8. One of the big questions for them, I think, is what is taken out of them physically. That last 20 minutes of intense Bradford pressure, which they only conceded 1 try. And on the other hand, Bradford, who've been on top in the game territorially wise and with possession, how much that sort of mental uncertainty of having a bad run will prey on them. They've also incurred the wrath of the referee with 2 men in the sin bin. Robbie Paul will miss the first 9 minutes of this half. Stevenson from acting halfback takes it over the 30-metre line. Wilson. Murdoch kicks. And it goes out on the full. Not a good kick from Craig Murdoch. Bradford have the turnover. 5 metres inside the Hull half. Bradford's kicking game certainly been much better than Hull's in that first half. Harmon. Medley. Good run by Medley. Lows to young Fielden. Makes a little bust, Fielden. Inside the 20. Spruce. Strong, dangerous fullback, Stuart Spruce. Bradford making good yards here. We've got Hull on the back foot. Bradley. And came off a Hull man. I think it's going to be a scrum with Bradford's head and ball. 10 metres from the Hull line. More pressure. Brian, very similar to the first half. Hull facing intense pressure straight away.
Yeah, and you say they just can't hold out. Bradford must score. So it's McNamara feeding. Scales. Oh, good run by Scales. Laws. Long ball. Bradley. Tackle a yard short. Laws held up. McNamara. All defence gets up quick. Good tackle by Richard Wilson. And Schultz over the top. Bradley gets possession back, last tackle. Scales acting halfback. Lowe's. Last tackle, good defence by Hull. As Mick said, not always onside, but certainly scrambled very well, Mick.
Absolutely, scrambled well all the game, Ryan.
Alan Hunt stopped. Serrow, picks a terrible ball up. Andy Ireland. Hull loses the ball. I think Andy Ireland's given a penalty away for arguing with the referee. But actually, I thought Ireland was right there. Seen Forshaw pull the ball off him in a two-man tackle, but there we are. Easy kick this for Steve McNamara.
Yes, not sure that any of the officials had a totally clear view of that. Certainly two men in the tackle. Andy Ireland looks pretty disgusted, but anyway, it's a chance for Steve McNamara to reduce the deficit to 4. No problems with Steve McNamara. It's Bradford Bulls 10, Hull Sharks 14. And Hull desperately needing some possession and position in the Bradford half. They've had really very, very little of that since the first quarter of an hour of the game. Seeing some remarkably resilient defence from Hull. And McNamara restarts. Oh, Murdoch allows the ball to go past him. Drop out from under the post. Really, it struck me, Brian, that Craig Murdoch was asleep then.
He was. I think he left it to Ireland, and Ireland left it to Murdoch. Ball bounced, a good foot in the field of play.
Perhaps Andy Ireland was still concentrating on the officials.
So Murdoch to drop out. Well, good tackle by Effie on Bradley. Effie's been pretty quiet really this evening for him. It certainly caught Graham Bradley then. McNamara, deep ball. Spruce gets rid of it. The corner, got room. A good tapping by Hull. Read that pretty well. McNamara, good ball. Forshaw, big gap. Must score. Long ball by Steve McNamara. To Mike Forshaw, there's nothing in front of him except a yawning gap, and he scores from 10 metres away from the left-hand Hull post. Easy try that for Forshaw.
Yes, Hull defence line all at sea there. They've managed on a few occasions really to stop the ball coming wide, spotting a man and putting him down. But that time the ball came out and Forshaw had an enormous gap in front of him. And I think Hull had to succumb to that pressure really. Bradford have had total possession in the second half, Mick.
But certainly have. I mean, that was a speculator from McNamara. It was a thin ball. It happened to fall to Forshaw. Forshaw just stepped inside the defender. But it was a tempter for the defence. So McNamara to put the Bulls in lead by 2 points. Apiece. McNamara with this. And the Bulls take the lead for the first time. 7 minutes into the second half. So that's brought the Bulls fans alive. But there's still anything in this game, Steve. Anything can happen. The Bulls not really executing well. They're not playing concise. They're not direct. And here comes Ireland. Steps through some poor defence there. Big prop like that shouldn't run away from his own line and make 40 metres. Let's go. Epi comes. Sorry, it's Leicester. Wilson, my apologies. I get it right. Murdoch goes to the line. Stepping starting, nothing on then for Murdoch. Timo takes the ball forward, last tackle, and they come right down the field of the Sharks with this set, and Spruce under pressure, and eventually run into dead by Alan Hunt. Well, that's a good set of 6 for the Sharks, Steve.
Yes, there's a good reply, good break behind the island. Set it up. So it's Bradford's turn for the goal line dropout. I think that's the first time in the match they've had to do it. I suppose they are rather bigger in goal areas than many grounds here at Odsal. There's a bit more room to play with those kicks. Mark Johnson takes it up inside the Bradford 30. Stevenson acting halfback. Schultz takes the flat pass. Makes good yards, Matt Schultz. He's 12, 13 metres away. Stevenson. Murdoch. Leicester. Heppy. Finds Hunt. Well tackled. Very well read there by McAvoy. Spotted that was Hunt's ball. Here comes Ireland again. 10 metres away. Goes for the quick play of the ball. Leicester takes them on himself. No, it's Saru. Saru going. Saru's over. And he's scored, I think. The referee consulting with touch judge. I thought the ball was lodged with... Oh, no, the try's ruled out. The try's ruled out. I think the referee was going to give it, but the touch judge on this side didn't. And he's given a forward pass. I must say that. You see how the ball went from Leicester. It seemed to me Leicester was tackled with the ball, then it popped up. Saru got over the line, certainly put it down, but a forward pass given. So Bradford in possession. A game full of incident. Bacona from acting half-back. Harmon, who's worked hard for Bradford, taking the ball forward. Forshaw always likes to turn and look to offload. But Craven made sure the ball didn't come out that time. Here's young Fielden, very, very promising forward. 5th and last tackle. Bradford just inside the whole half. McNamara, short side play, comes off Craven. I think that'll be a turnover. I don't think Craven played at it. Oh, he has. He's given a scrum. Well, I thought the ball to the Sharks. I thought on the last tackle that might have been a... Anyway. Ball in touch, full possession. Heppy. Crucial phase of the game. Sharks behind for the first time. Busby on the field. Just come on. Who's got up there? For Matt Schultz. Campbell. Campbell, good run by Logan Campbell. Gets still going into the Bradford 30-metre zone. Leicester. Murdoch. Well tackled by McNamara. Stevenson. Saru. 5th and last. Murdoch goes for the bomb, the crossfield bomb. Johnson. It comes back to Hull. Prescott. And that's just going to be far too deep, I think. Well, it's bounced awkwardly. Johnson's there. But Scales picks up and gets back into the field of play. Good work by Scales. A kick that really was a desperation one, almost came off. And it's by Kona. Calland tackled inside his own 20-metre area, and a penalty against Craven, who claims that he was being pulled down, and a bit of wrestling involving, I think, Brad Heppy. Ball is back for Bradford. He's 10 minutes up, in which time they've gone ahead in the game. Well, the referee trying to sort this out. Not very much in that. A little bit of wrestling between a couple of players.
Message for the whole supporters. Your coaches are now on
Happy being called out, along with Callan it is, and the two captains. I think the referee is going to put this incident on report. Taking his time with this, Mr. Gunston. Well, that incident on report, Mick, how did you see it?
Well, I just thought it was a bit of subcontract work for Umbro. Just a bit of shirt tugging for me. And that's all it was. I don't know what they're going on report for. Perhaps tearing shirts with intent. Good work again from Fielding. And again, a skinny five from Mr. Ganston. This time, he takes Hull back almost to 5. Deacon strips inside, offloads, Rihanna to Forshaw. Forshaw almost in for his second, looking to offload. Oh, to Scales. Great work from the Bulls. Great combination. And look at the Bulls fans at last seeing a quality try. That was good work. Started by Stuart Fielding, carried on by Forshaw. Lowe's and Scales on hand to go over in the corner, Steve. Quality try.
Yes, very good support. Young Deacon did very well there, but the man who made it most of it was Mike Forshaw, who turned in the tackle. Hull desperately trying to put him down, but got the ball away. And then out to Scales. He juggled with it a moment. There was just a fraction of a second when he looked as if he might drop it, but then it was over. That's a well-deserved try for John Scales, who's had an outstanding game for the Bulls. Puts them ahead by 6 points. A difficult conversion to come. So Steve McNamara with this conversion, taking it back to just outside the 20-metre line. A chance to give Bradford an 8-point lead. Pressure kick and a fine conversion, and Steve McNamara, an ex-Hull player, of course, rubs it in, and the Bulls have an 8-point lead. And I think it's going to be difficult for Hull to come back now, Mick.
Well, I won't write anybody up with still more than 20 minutes to play, Steve. The last time the Bulls scored, Ireland came away with the ball and made 50 metres. And the Sharks came right down and put a threat on the Bulls line. And again, it's Ireland. This time he's brought down well within the 10 by Robbie Paul. But that was an old-style Bulls try. Everybody combining. Good combination, forwards and backs working together. Good support, power play. And that should give everybody at the club heart, the fans, the players and the coaches. And this is Timo looking to develop the ball. Wilson hits the ball up, makes it to the halfway. Last tackle. Sharks have to kick on from their own territory. Murdoch puts it straight to Spruce. Spruce winds up. Comes and drifts across. Here he goes. Well, that's eye contact from Seru. And, well, not standing square, says Mr. Ganson. So McNamara puts the ball in. Yeah, and again, Fielden pushes that ball back. Pushes the ball, pushes the line back. Loves, traps his way through, goes to throw that line. Deacon, oh, Deacon. Just let the situation get to him, then young Paul Deacon, Brian, had a snatch at the ball.
Yeah, I got a little bit excited because there was certainly a chance on after that Lord's break. Hull's defence had been split.
And again, young Fielden pushing that line back straight from the tap.
3-5-3-7-7.
Hull making us a palace going on in the second row, and Richard Wilson coming off. Seru. Busby. Andy Ireland, who certainly had a go against his old team. Oh, good quick play the ball by Ireland. Stevenson. Good kick by Murdoch, came off Scales. But he manages to fail the ball. Comes away with it. Did well, did Scales. Spruce. Gets rid to Medley. Prowlers. The corner. Back to Lowe's. Tackled by Busby and not Busby. Steve Craven. Fielden again, a good run by Fielden. Penalty. Colby and Gary Lester over again.
Well, have certainly been guilty of giving good positions up throughout the game. And Leicester is having a word with the referee, trying to get a clarification on his rulings. The certain suffered the wrath of Mr. Ganson. And the Bulls had plenty of penalties to bring them away out of their own quarter. So lost to Rihanna. Tackled by Epi. Fielden again takes the ball up to Hull's 20. Ball set on the right. Robbie Paul stood it wide at second receiver. Forshaw steps inside, offloads to Deacon. Deacon spins. Set now for the spread to the right. The Bulls. Spruce coming off Robbie Paul, is it? No. McNamara calls it off. They just seem to be missing that link, the Bulls. Medley. Last tackle. Goes to McNamara. He throws one through, and that's picked up. Well, I thought Wilson had it, but he didn't. It's Leicester who brought the ball away then. Alan Hunt can't make any yards for his teammates. Johnson comes in and just gives his forwards a chance to get the breath back. Busby on the field. On loan, back from Hull. And Campbell then trying to get some momentum. This is Leicester looking to develop the ball. Drifting across field this time. Tackled underneath. by Spruce, by McNamara, I should say.
With the owner of the BMW IL5.
So Scales, made a pig's ear of that. And you know, the factor now could be the sun's really low, and it's getting into the players' eyes when the Sharks are kicking into this corner, Steve. The Bulls are having difficulty seeing the ball.
Yes, well, that's given Hull a chance. Not a very inspiring set of 6 from Hull, but they've got the ball again in good attacking position. Murdoch, Hunt, with some room. Alan Hunt goes outside. Johnson's into the corner, and that's a brilliant planned move try from the scrum. Beautifully done. Reading a letter in the Rugby League press this week that said that you never see tries from scrums these days. They ought to be here tonight. That was a beautifully pre-planned move, making maximum use of Alan Hunt's skills. Fine try in the end to Johnson in the corner, Mick.
Yes, that's certainly a try that you play on your training nights when the players are watching the video. Does them a world of good, builds the confidence up when they see those things. So the Sharks right back in it, Steve.
Yes, it's a really resilient performance by Hull. I think you look at the statistics of this game, they've been under pressure so much possession Bradford have had inside the Hull half, a lot of it inside the 20-metre area. And Hull have buckled twice in the second half, but the remarkable thing is with quarter of an hour just under to go, they're still in the game. 4 points the difference. And certainly the other factor, Brian, is that whenever Hull have been in the Bradford 20-metre area, which has been rare, they've, I think, virtually every time come away with points.
Yeah, they have. Although, unfortunately, they're really giving too many penalties away. Let Bradford off the hook time and again in the situations like this. We'll see if they do it this time. That was a nice tackle underneath by Busby. Again, those tacklings up to it. Rihanna tries to get rid of the ball. What a silly pass by Rihanna, or attempted pass. Busby, flat ball. Highland charges up and makes good yards. Murdoch, Leicester, Heppy, Hunt. McAvoy comes in, he's looked after Alan up pretty well this afternoon. Serrell runs off. Hull going left. Murdoch. Oh. Murdoch again. Hand goes up from the referee. Leicester. Chips. Too hard. Just too hard. No, only just by 18 inches. Mick certainly held up into the wind.
Yeah, Eppie was sweating on Spruce then. Oh, well, we're having a sally. We stopped the game while Hull get onside. That is unusual. Crowthers comes in. Can't make headway. Robbie Paul. We haven't seen much of Robbie Paul this second half. He spent the first 10 minutes in the bin. Laws, with that little sneak, just picks the ball up and seems to walk through the defence. McNamara puts one through to the corner. Spruce on chase. And the Sharks will be scrimmaging on there, 10 and 20. So 11 minutes left. The Bulls with a 4-point lead, 22-18 the lead. So Craven and Idle leave the field. Timu and Okasini back on track. as Crowthers goes to the bench, and Callan comes on after he's had medical treatment. So it's been a few casualties today, Brian.
Yeah, I bet the money today. It's been pretty hot as well, me. Ocassini. Makes good yards. It'll be Timo, I think. It is. Makes halfway.
For the Hull Sharks, Ireland and Craven are replaced by number 17, Ocassini, and number 20.
Murdoch chips into the corner. Good kick by Murdoch. A fine touch. Doesn't fit in the in goal. Holt. Tackle skills. Blackerboy to the 10. Referee falls down.
Rugby reversal for the Bulls. Matt Callan for Kevin Crowthers.
Oh, bad pass. Oh, Callan cleans up well. Sloppy ball then. I think it was from Paul. Good tackling this by Hull. 2 tackles left for Bradford. The corner goes. Hull have kept him pretty quiet, but he makes good yards then for corner. 15 metres when it was needed. Mark Johnson feels it. Tackle on halfway, good. Deacon chases. Prescott. Hull back in possession, the Bradford half. Hallis, stood still, going nowhere there, Graham Hallis. Leicester, oh, good ball to Campbell. Ocassini again. Heppy, oh. Timo. Last tackle. Murdoch, good high kick by Murdoch into the sun. Oh, well taken by the corner though. Took that well, Mick.
He certainly did. He had to do too. The Sharks have plenty of players waiting for the bounce. Laws picks up. Tough yards. High shot from Ocassini. McAvoy comes in. He picks up a few yards. Bulls looking to off-goal the game, and it's great ball to Robbie Paul. Robbie Paul steps on the gas, chased by Serrow, chased by Prescott. Oh, Robbie Paul shows some great toe then. Serrow and Prescott couldn't match him, and what a pass from James Laws.
He's been threatening for a while to do that. I thought he was fairly quiet in the first half, but Laws has started to find that room around acting half-back. 2 or 3 times he's threatened, once he made a good break himself, but that was a magic pass. And Robbie Paul still had plenty to do. But Steve Prescott to beat and Philly Serrow, they both got close to him, but he had that elusiveness, the skill, quality on his feet to score, and I think that's decided the game. Certainly should have done it 26-18. We're really beginning to look like a tired side, and they've a right to be a tired side.
Yeah, that's right. They've certainly hung in, but you're quite right, Steve. We seem to lack a spark. And Mick had just been saying Robbie Paul hadn't done much this half, and he certainly hadn't. He done very little. He certainly saved himself up with that 40-metre run. Brilliant run. Held off the defenders. Never really looked like getting tackled. Looked at first, he tried to run Prescott on the outside. Then he cut in. Wrong-footed both Prescott and Serrow, and Alan Hunt, I think. So it's McNamara. Pretty easy kick for Steve McNamara. Wilson coming back on. I think it's Mark Johnson coming off. Injured in that last passage of play, seems to have a knee injury. So I think Alice will go on the wing, and Wilson will go in the second row. But that puts Bradford 10 points in front, 28-18. So Hull have got to score twice, plenty of time to do it actually. But at the moment, the way the game's going, I don't see them doing it.
And a try converted for the Bulls from Steve
Long kick by McNamara. Murdoch. Timo. Timo loses it. And Scales scores a try. Poor play that by Hull. Timo lost the ball in the tackle. There were certainly 2-3 men in the tackle, but none of them pulled the ball off him. He just lost it. So I think that's definitely the game, Steve.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, that one. Certainly Hull not happy about that, thinking the ball had been stolen the tackle, but perhaps a sign of tiredness again. And Nathan McAvoy, who's we haven't seen a lot of in attack, but who's defended very well, comes up with the try. And McAvoy, having scored the try, then comes off. And back comes Simon Knox. McNamara to convert, misses that one. Score remains at 32-18. And Graham Allis still talking to the touch judge, but it won't make any difference at all. So Bradford back to winning ways. This was a desperate must-win game for them. They have come through it. Not a totally convincing performance. I think Coach Matthew Elliott will be pleased by the way they've restricted Hull's position and possession in the game, but there's certainly been a few holes in the Bradford game.
Well, that's Steve, but it's been a great improvement. And the big improvement is the combinations that they've put together. That combination from Laws and Paul and the earlier try when
11,294. We'd like to thank all
when Forshaw, Deacon and Scales combined to score the real match-winning try. Will please everybody at the club. They just haven't been having that many combinations at all, even when they've been winning matches. They haven't been playing much good football, and this is Busby. Good work from Busby. Just stepped that sliding defence, found the hole. Spread from Leicester to Stevenson. This is Alice. Turns Serro inside. Beautiful ball from Serro to Wilson. Wilson goes for the line. That's a double movement. Well, didn't make it to the line. Leicester spreads it again. Ocassini. Menier off the Sharks. It's my corner. Has he got the toe? Nobody will catch my corner. Here he goes. Hunch on chase. Can't get there. My corner. Places the ball behind the big dot. To send these Bulls fans delirious. 3 tries in quick succession. And you have to feel sorry. I mean, the Sharks then going for the try, putting everything in, moving the ball about. Great style. And that was an Hail Mary pass. The Sharks player catches it, he scores. The Bulls player catches it, he's away.
Yeah, that's right, Mick. And really Richard Wilson should have scored in the play before. He had an open line and inexplicably tried to run for the corner. McNamara, one of his easier kicks. Kicks it. So it's Bradford 38, Hull 18.
In the end, this doesn't reflect how tight a game this has been. But Bradford have the quality to take advantage of what has been a bit of tiredness in the whole side in the last quarter of an hour.
And the try converted from tonight's man of the match,
Murdoch. Well, for me, has had a pretty quiet game. Timu runs it forward. But we're into the dying embers of the match now in terms of time, and Richard Wilson, well, I certainly agree with Brian, should have scored in that previous play. Seemed to change direction when the line was open. At least that's the way it looked from here. Busby certainly took a forward pass there, which the touch judge has found. They've been running the flat balls pretty well, but that one was forward. No argument about that. So it gives Bradford another opportunity, 30 metres from the hull line. The referee wants to scrum again. Crowthers. 30 metres away from the hull line. Midfield. Deacon. There's Harmon, finding a bit of space. Speculative pass on the inside. Bradford certainly trying to score add points for this. There's Knox, loses the ball. Craig Murdoch picks up. Wilson makes 10. Hollis. And O'Cassini. Good run. Murdoch. Busby. Towards halfway. I think this does put an end to Hull's top 5 chance, but they've competed very well tonight. The scoreboard doesn't quite reflect the tightness of the game, as we've said. And certainly at times, here's a chance for Alan Hunt. Oh, but a very, very good take by Spruce. And Spruce is running away. The touchline side, a good tackle, puts him down. And somebody comes over the top to finish him off. I think it was Timu. The hooter has gone. Can't hear it amidst the noise. So, the players shaking hands. Spruce is back on his feet. What's the referee doing? I don't think the referee's heard the hoot, has he? It's 38-18 to Bradford. A win for them, which keeps them very much in the top 5. Penalty to Bradford. The game hasn't finished yet. Well, the referee has ended play there. So there it is, 38-18 to Bradford. But Hull in it to the last 10 minutes of the game, Brian, and really, given the amount of defending they had to do, a performance which was very creditable, really.
Yeah, it was, and the score didn't reflect the game. But Hull, in the second half, when they had the chances, weren't really creative enough, Stephen. We've said that where the score, Bradford's last 12 points was so easy, where the whole game had gone from Hull then, and the 20-point margin was, you say, was not really a fair reflection of the game. Steve Ganson comes off with his linesman.
Well, as far as Bradford are concerned, I'm sure they'll be very happy. They've done lots of things today that they've been struggling to do all season, especially combination work, and also they scored 24 points in the second half, which is something they haven't been doing. They've been finding scoring points in the second half difficult. They haven't been going on with the game, and they'll do that today, and I'm sure they'll go to St. Helens next week with a great deal of confidence. So from myself, Libby Gown, Steve Alderson, Brian Howell and Mike on video, join us at St. Helens for next week for 17 of Super League 3.